In the heart of a dense, fog-shrouded forest stood an old mansion, abandoned for decades. Sarah, a curious historian, had heard rumors of its dark past and couldn't resist exploring its secrets. With each step she took inside, the floorboards creaked and the air grew colder. Faded portraits lined the walls, and dusty furniture lay scattered, as if the inhabitants had left in a hurry. Sarah's flashlight beam flickered over a series of family portraits. She noticed that each family member's eyes seemed to follow her. Unease settled in her stomach, but her curiosity pushed her onward. She stumbled upon a locked door at the end of a long hallway. After several minutes of struggling with the rusty lock, it finally gave way, revealing a dimly lit room. In the center of the room stood a grand mirror, its surface tarnished and cracked. Drawn to it, Sarah peered into the glass and gasped. Her reflection grinned back at her, a twisted, sinister smile that sent shivers down her spine. She wasn't smiling. Panicking, Sarah tried to step back, but her feet felt glued to the floor. The mirror began to glow, casting an eerie light across the room. Suddenly, a gaunt, hollow-eyed version of herself emerged from the mirror. "You freed me," it whispered, its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "Now you must take my place." Before Sarah could react, the doppelganger lunged at her, pulling her into the mirror's cold, glassy depths. She screamed, but no sound came out. Her vision blurred, and she felt herself falling, then landing hard on a stone floor. She looked around, finding herself in a parallel world, a distorted reflection of the mansion she'd just left. The room was filled with ghostly figures, each one a previous victim of the mirror's trap. They stared at her with hollow eyes, their mouths moving in silent pleas for help. Sarah realized with growing horror that she was now one of them, a prisoner in the mirror's dark dimension. Meanwhile, in the real world, Sarah's doppelganger adjusted its form, now a perfect copy of her. It walked out of the mansion with a smile, ready to take over her life. Sarah watched helplessly from the other side of the mirror, banging on the glass that no one could see or hear. The shocking twist. Sarah was not the first to fall for the mirror's trap, and she wouldn't be the last. The mansion was a prison for countless souls, each one an echo of the real world, forever trapped in a sinister reflection, doomed to watch their doppelgangers live the lives they once had. The next curious visitor would inevitably meet the same fate, continuing the cycle of horror.